Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and we are in what I thought was the last day of the Kaldheim spoilers, but I don't know if they just got the math wrong on mythickspoilers.com or like what's going on, but we're at 264 out of 285, so no, this isn't the end. Great. So first up, we got Amber Storm Raider. Oh boy. 2-cost, 2-1 Demon Berserker. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's a non-tribal fixer. That's cool. Next up, Dream Devourer. It's a 2-cost 0-3 Demon Cleric, and each non-land card in your hand without Foretell has Foretell. I did not expect that. Its Foretell cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 2. Okay, so then it's basically a wash. You're just splitting, because you pay 2 to put it into exile, then its Foretell cost is reduced by 2. Then it says whenever you foretell a card, Dream Devourer gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Unfortunately, somebody forgot to tell Mr. Demon Cleric here that foretell is a white and blue effect. I mean, it's on every color, but let's be honest, it's blue splash white. I mean, just look at the cards that interact with it and reference it. Unfortunately, I have the strangest feeling that foretell is going to be slotted into the control deck that they're obviously pushing, which is, well, as is tradition, white, black, blue. So this might be a dangerous card in there, but who knows? I mean, never know till people start building stuff. Next up, Hardenfell, Horn of Bounty, another god artifact thing. It's a discard a card, then exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. So while that is huge, this is a 5-drop. Now, with the way they phrase that, no tapping, no mana involved, that just sounds like somebody would do something degenerate or infinite with it, or like they'd want their hand to be empty, or I don't know, but it costs 5, so like, what is it going to be, the next vintage deck? Probably not. This is just very carelessly designed. So on the other side, we've got Birgi, God of Storytelling. I guess nobody warned her that they were going to take that picture until the last second. Anyway, it's a 3-cost 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, okay, you've already lost me. I hate this card. Add 1 red mana to your mana pool. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Yeah, whatever, shut up. We have enough of that in this damn set. Then we got creatures you control can boast twice during each of their turns, or your turns, rather than once. Okay, so a 3/3 that lets you double boast. There's no way in hell you have the mana for it. And if you cast a spell that costs 2 and then you get 1, I don't know how they thought that would give you more mana for boast. You're spending 2 and getting 1. You're actually netting -1 mana. So I don't know how this was supposed to help you boast unless you just drop in a bunch of 0 drops, bunch of X cards for 0. Why are they in your deck? I mean, then you're losing cards left and right that do nothing. I don't know what this was supposed to do, but ignoring the boast part, I mean, if you just want to sit there and spam spells, I mean, drop in a 1-drop, you get a refund. Drop in a 1-drop, you get a refund. I mean, you're going to run out of cards pretty damn quick, but you could red blitz people pretty hard. And right now, in top-ranked Mythic, which I am playing on Arena extensively, Red Rush is one of the absolute tier 1 decks. Mono white with that stupid Saver Dog and the other Saver enchantment, that's huge and virtually unbeatable because of Luris, which they need to ban immediately. But yeah, this plus maybe Torbrand, definitely Embercleave, definitely Annex. Yeah, people are playing that. Now imagine that deck with this shit in it. Absolute disaster. At least didn't make her cost 2. So next up we got Righteous Valkyrie. It's a 3-cost 2 4-angel cleric with flying. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness because, you know, cleric and angel decks didn't have enough life gain already. And then as long as you have life 7 higher than your starting total, then creatures you control gain +2/+2. Great. I wonder if somebody will put this in an all-in, you know, angel double strike damage replacement, get to 35 and win horseshit deck. I really wonder, except I don't wonder because they're going to do that. Next up, Dragonkin Berserker. It's 2/2 for 2. First strike, great. And then boast abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate for each dragon you control. Oh, you could get something done with that, but then boast 5, create a 5/5 dragon. You can only reduce the color list, just remember that. So I don't like a 2/2 for 2 that can bring out as many dragons as it wants, but you have to swing away clear without getting this killed. Although, I mean, it doesn't matter if it gets killed, just activate it once, you know, just saying. But yeah, you get away with this like twice, the game's over. So pretty damn powerful card. And of course, somebody in like a Berserker Blitz Boast deck is going to run this. It's like, oh wow, my Berserkers all died and I couldn't really get anything through. Well, I guess I'll try a 5/5 flyer to finish them off. You know, that's kind of what they were going for with this, I think. Next up, something in Portuguese that I assume translates to Portuguese needs to be less complicated and less French. This is not French, it's more similar to Spanish. It literally says trace. So this is the 3 seasons. If you're not familiar with the lore, the 3 seasons, of course, are salt, pepper, and bacon. Oh, wait, that's seasonings. But this is a 2-drop saga, and the first one is mill 3 cards. You yourself mill 3 cards. Then part 2, return 2 snow permanents from your graveyard to your hand. Great. And then 3, choose 3 cards in each graveyard. Those owners shuffle those cards into their decks. I've never seen recycling toxic cards go well. I mean, it's pretty diffused, but you start throwing cultivates back in or something, yeah, you never know. So this is just the most weird roundabout way to get free snow card draw. I mean, that's literally what this is. Next up, Pilar de Glacio de Tenciao. I don't know. Did Portugal just look at Spain and say that's not difficult enough? We need a bunch of hooks on the sea, a bunch of weird marks and squiggles, accent marks that go both ways, and then a bunch of freaking vowels that don't do shit. Is that what they were thinking? Anyway, this is Glacial Detention Pillar, allegedly. If that's what it actually ends up being in English, I am going to laugh my ass off, because that just sounds translated from another language. So anyway, this is a 3-cost snow artifact in blue. It has pay 1, snowball, tap it, and tap artifact or creature. So it's like Pacification Array, except Pacification Array was a good card. Next up, we've got the Doomscar itself. Ooh, pretty. This is a 5-cost white sorcery, destroy all creatures, because of course, and then foretell 3, just in case you want to tuck this away for a rainy day. Which, I mean, spoiler alert, yeah, you do. So I think that early on, we saw so many cards that can survive a board wipe because board wipes were going to be so prevalent, they thought. I don't know. I mean, here it is. This doesn't look like anything too special to me. Yeah, you can tuck it away for 2 and then pay 3, which is really low, but I don't know. I mean, most of the stuff we saw that survives a board wipe right now is giants. They've got a bunch of like bounce every non-giant back to hand, blow up every non-giant, negative whatever to everything that's a non-giant. That's going to be the real problem. I don't think giant decks will even bother with this card. So, I don't know. I mean, a board wipe at 3 is kind of a cool thing to have as an insurance policy, which is what board wipes should be. I don't think I'll be putting this in the place of the 4-cost board wipe in any of my decks, which almost every deck I have has it, just in case things get out of control. I got to hit the old reset button. I mean, 1's cycling, so I don't have 2 spare mana to just, reduce this by 2 later. And the other one is like White Blitz. So I got stuff that costs 1, 2, and 3, and I want it in play. I don't want to hit the pause button and pay 2 to do nothing early game. That's stupid. That's how you become in need of this card, is by losing the race to pack the battlefield. But that said, I still think this will be heavily played by people. Next up, Way Down. It's a 1-cost sorcery in black. As an additional cost to cast a spell, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Target creature gets -3/-3 till end of turn. So it's kind of like Grasp of Darkness, except Grasp of Darkness was a good card. Next up, Invoke the Divine, 3-cost instant, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then you gain 3 life. Yeah, for 3, that's kind of a draft card. I think we have an Exiler that's like 1 less than that. Next up, Shackles of Treachery. It's a 3-cost sorcery, gain control of target creature. Oh, I hate effects like that. It's one of the things that needs to be removed from the game permanently. All that active treason bullshit, it's one of the most hated things from any player with any experience level who's been playing the game for any amount of time. Black, reveal your hand and they choose 1 effects. Get rid of that shit. aka Thoughtseize effect, that needs to never be a thing. Land destruction, that needs to never be printed on another card as long as we live. Wizards just needs to identify these toxic things and get rid of them from the game, and this is one of them. Stealing somebody's best creature, swinging with it, and then, let's be honest, sacking it. That is way too powerful of an effect for 3 freaking mana. Anyway, this added on to it, whenever this creature deals damage, destroy target equipment attached to it. So I guess they think you're in a mirror match against white-red equipment. Whatever, I hate this card. Next up, Craven Hulk. It's a 4-cost 4/4 giant coward. Craven Hulk can't block alone. Yeah, this is garbage. Next up, Brine Barrow Intruder. It's a 1/2 for 1 human rogue with flash. Oh, good. That's what we needed in the game, was a better rogue with flash that's a 1-cost that has 2 toughness. Thanks for that. Also, when it enters the battlefield, target creature it opponent controls gets -2, -0 until end of turn. Don't we already have a rogue just like that? Maybe it was a fairy. I don't know. We have a card that does this, but now this could slot into rogues, except the rogue deck right now doesn't actually give a shit if it's rogue tribal or not. None of the cards boost it based on subtype. So as much as I'd like to say, yeah, auto-include in rogues, well, no, because this doesn't mill cards and this doesn't boost other rogues, and it's also not flying. So it's like, why would you run it? Oh, to make the deck a tiny bit faster so that you can lose faster because this card is garbage? I don't know. I mean, maybe a sideboard card if you wanted to slow down Red Rush, but you're going to slow it down and then lose to it on a later turn. I don't see a reason to run this, honestly. Oh, thank God, that's the end of it. All right, well, hopefully the last spoilers are tomorrow. I'll see you guys next video.